So, when I made the series Herpes Dude, I felt that it was important to um, hash through the rubbish in my brain to get to the core of the matter, which is that a man who began sexually harassing me propositioned me with the term, I would sleep with you, but I have herpes, and I didn't have any intention of sleeping with him. I don't know why he said he would sleep with me. I interpreted that as a threat, and it was very upsetting and disturbing to know how to navigate my way out of that situation. And when I made the Herpes Dude video series, I wanted to be helpful to somebody else who might be in that situation. The fact that this guy with herpes who came on to me this way and then eventually pinned me down in a rapey pose works over in the Seaside Community Center with seniors and disabled people is bizarre. It's bizarre that he tried to characterize his assault as a wrestling and tussling, that he initiated wrestling, that there was no green light to wrestle me, and that his board of directors, Alan Evans, old man Hinton, Skylar Archibald, Darren Gooch, Veronica Russell, somebody Hassan, these people, they don't understand that when you work around seniors and disabled people, you don't just suddenly wrestle people when you're 6'6" and have terrified them about your STD and then pin them down in a sexually rapey pose. There's a lot going on over in the district attorney's office that they don't want to prosecute it. Maybe because of the scandal, maybe because it would get in the papers, maybe because it would put into question the ability of the board to manage any public funding. It would make the city of Seaside look bad. It made the city of Seaside look bad the second it happened. So I was able to get through to Skylar Archibald that they have a law team with the Special Districts Association of Oregon. I was shouted at by Spencer Rockwell and then given this nasty sort of like gag type respectfully request that you never speak about this again with any member of the board. It's failing to comprehend the nature of a board. The nature of a board is for concerns to be aired. A board is not a controlled like little shoebox that you only allow positive feedback in. That's the navigation of the actual nature and concept of what a board should be. So trying to control public input when a very serious safety violation has gone on and an assault has gone on, I think carefully the board was ready to fire him pending the DA charging, but due to Josh Markey heading off for his retirement and leaving the reins with Ron Brown, for whatever reason, Ron Brown didn't want to prosecute. And that may be a separate problem. In the meantime, what's happening? Oh, okay, I find out a 69-year-old woman has been forcefully pushed out of the Bob Chisholm Center by the man who pinned me down in the rape pose. The attorney, Eileen Eakins, at least says, well, we had just hired him in May 2017, so by the time he's assaulting you, we don't really know him that well. We've only known him for a couple of months. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's why I'm bringing that to your attention. Because he clearly seemed out to lunch, mentally vacant, when he's saying, I would sleep with you, but I have herpes, and then trying to get his hands all over me. And then I'm coming up with laundry list reason after reason, fearing that if I call police, he may assault me, if I don't navigate through it, that somehow I'm going to wind up dead. I really thought he would kill me by the time he was pinning me down. After I told him you're reminding me of other abusers and he's groping my breasts. So he is a breast groper. Herpes Dude is a breast grabber. He grabbed my breast without my permission, and then when I smacked his hand away, he grabbed it again. This is when I was getting really scared. as any woman should be scared. And it's not my fault I'm smaller than him, and that he used his power and his size against me to force me down, pin my legs so I couldn't kick him in the balls, and pin my arms. And yes, Seaside, Oregon, you are sending your adult senior citizens to have lunch with him, and he is the nutrition director. And Alan Evans of Helping Hands, they have more stringent policies on who can stay in their homeless shelter in Astoria than they do as to who can run their senior citizens program. Because in Astoria shelter, they don't like sex offenders around domestic violence victims, women, anyone, children in transition. So why they want someone who would do this kind of sexual offense around senior citizens is a total violation of their duty to not incur intensive liability. What if he attacks someone else? So I find out he attacked someone else. So as of 11/29/2018, I've been trying to whistleblow this for over a year to these people who smack me down every time they get a chance. They've just sent, as of December 10th, 2018, this, shut up and be quiet kind of letter. I pick it up on the 21st. They're saying, oh, well, no other incident has happened, as if I'm the authority. Like, they need to report to me. Well, we think his record's sort of clear. And then I write them back, no, actually, there's another adult protection case open, because there's another victim now. I told you. So, none of this is surprising to 41-year-old me. To 39-year-old me, maybe. I mean, he was like something like 46, 47 when he attacked me. He was an older man preying on me, offering me jobs. He attacked me at my building that was for senior citizens and disabled people. What kind of senior citizen worker conducts a sexual assault at a federal building with disability rights and disability protection? That indicates to me he does not have any respect for the Americans with Disabilities Act. He doesn't have any respect for the Violence Against Women Act. And I completely informed the Northwest Housing Authority that this, pretense of, oh, he's this guy with a good job in the city is attacking me in this building where vulnerability should be respected. So, after this gag letter, I had a talk with the hospital administration about how the social worker handled the information from his other victim. And it was earth-shaking, ground-shaking to me. In some ways vindicating, but how vindicating is it? That's the actual point, is I don't want anyone else to suffer what I suffered. I've had enough of a nightmare processing the fact of it. But now the bigger nightmare is, why is Skylar Archibald compromised? Why is Darren Gooch compromised? Why is Alan Evans compromised? Why are they covering for his sexual abuse of me and making other women feel uncomfortable, other employees feel uncomfortable, other volunteers feel uncomfortable? Oh, and then they're retaliating against the dishwasher for confronting him? Like, what's up with your violence against women, dude? So, herpes dude has a lot more to figure out than herpes. He's got to figure out why he is not capable of respecting the laws under which he should be conducting his operation. He should be respecting disability. Given the fact that he did this assault, he should know that his assault makes other people feel unwelcome and serves to discriminate against people who don't want to be attacked, people who don't want to be groped, pinned down, or sexually harassed. So, I was really pleased that the Bureau of Labor and Industry is cracking down on this terrible situation at the Oregon State Legislature. I'm thinking, like, oh my God, like, how many bodies do have to engage, like federal DOJ, state DOJ, like county adult protection. And like as you watch agency after agency do nothing, it can be quite frustrating. But that, I guess, is where the power of YouTube and such is helpful.